think Casey fine as fuck. Well, let your fine shit keep doing you dirty, bitch.
I mean, woo! She tried to tell you. This might be the best Casa Amor recoupling I've ever watched. Everybody knows my favorite Love Island season from any of the versions is season 5 of UK. This may top it. It just might top it because, oh, the yelling, the booing, the Casa girls getting a little too hype. Oh, I needed all of this. Oh, this was so good. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 21. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Casa Amor has saved the season. My God, that was good. Okay, let's start at the top. So the episode starts with Kenzie telling Dylan that she didn't think she'd become a nurse because, you know, she always thought that she wasn't smart enough. The jokes write themselves. Then we have Corbin and Parmita who talk about Kenzie, and Parmita is like, well, I think the connection with you and Kenzie was purely sexual. And Corbin is like, yeah, you're right. We definitely have a deeper connection. Is the deep connection in the room with us? Okay. Then we have Bryce and Bryce and Trinity's dupe who talk about their connection. She says that he was her number 2, and unfortunately she didn't do a good job in expressing that. Yeah, you didn't, because nobody got that impression. Not a single person. So that was interesting. Bryce does say there was an interest there, but ultimately his heart was in a different place, so it didn't even make sense for him to pursue that. Sydney does understand. I'm thinking, Sydney, were you just grasping at straws to get into the villa? Because what do you mean number 2? Really? I don't know. That to me is hard to believe, but okay, moving on. Trinity decides to sleep in soul ties again. Melanie gets a back rub from Corey in bed. I said, oh, okay. Sydney is the big spoon for Bryce. And everybody who you'd expect from the Casa Villa to be making out is making out. Sincere is making out. Corbin is making out. Casey is making out. In the morning, the Casa boys are planning dates for the girls. In the morning, the Casa boys are planning dates for the girls. Huh. Interesting. We have Dylan, who has this like massage parlor set up at the dock for Kenzie. We have Corey, who plans a nice little picnic in the sandbox. I said, wow. So the guys were always capable. They just did not want to.
You're so cute. Stop! Corey's such a good guy. Like, he's about action. And I like that.
That's what I'm talking about, Melanie. That's what I'm talking about. This is what you need to be doing. Melanie, I get why she's so stuck on Sincere. You know, they have this undeniable connection. We're so similar. You know, I want to do this and that when we get home, blah, 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 whatever. But like, Corey at the data publication is the guy you're supposed to be with. Like, he seems so genuine. And that's a tough thing for me to even say because so did Sincere. Sincere at the beginning, like the first 3 days, definitely felt sincere to me. But the tides turned, didn't they? So, I mean, from what we've seen of Corey and what we've heard from his cousin, of course his cousin is going to back him up, he was the guy Melanie needed to invest in. Even if you still wanted Sincere, bring him back as an option. Bring him back as somebody to explore. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't give herself fully to the Corbin thing. She used him as rage bait at the beginning. But when it came time to actually explore, she kind of closed that door with him. And rightfully so, seeing the way that Corbin's been acting. But like, now would have been your opportunity to have somebody else in the house. And also for Sincere to really prove himself. You said that you're going to work to gain her trust back. This is your time. This is your time. She found a good connection with somebody else. Will you step up to the plate? I don't even know why I'm ranting about all of this because we know what she's gonna do, child. Oh, stupid me for thinking she was gonna make a good decision for herself. Man, Anyways, Kata says that her emotions were everywhere after the postcard. She is trying to see if there's something there with Che. I feel like at this point, if you're still unsure, it ain't there. It simply just is not there. Then we have Ronnie, who takes Trinity for a chat to speak about the postcards. They talk again about her being in her first interracial relationship, and she worries that the concerns she raised with Bryce would be the concerns that he has now, seeing her with Corey in the photo booth. So she's like, I really hope that he doesn't think I'm just going to abandon him and default to my type. I actually do really like this guy, and I hope that he's loyal to me. I'm actually glad that Bryce got to see the kiss, because it would give us some insight on how he's going to act in the face of that concern, right? Like, the other guys were moving mad even before seeing anything that the girls were doing, but he wasn't really doing any madness. Maybe it's because the girls weren't interested. I don't know. The point of the matter is he wasn't doing any madness. And even after seeing the postcard, he still was like, I'll just take the L. I like the girl enough to take the L. If she don't want me, that's fine. If she does want me though, then we hooping. So, yeah, I get where she's coming from. They also have had really good communication though when it comes to exploring. They've been transparent about that. So from that alone, I was like, Bryce is going to be understanding no matter what. I think Trinity would have been understanding as well. They have the best communication in the villa. So I feel like they would have been able to bounce back if anything was to, go left, right? Then we have Anaya and Carl. They play volleyball. I'm like, oh, this is cute. And then Carl takes her to the side to have a conversation because he just wants to know where they're at.
I think I would be a little delusional if I wasn't a little bit nervous. However it falls, that's how it's going to be, and I'll accept the outcome.
Carl. Not him being like, I don't want to be delusional. I don't want to, act like I got it in the bag. We wish some guys would think that way. Like, don't think that just because you've been nice, we got to get into Casey, don't we? We do. Don't think that just because you've been nice to a woman, you are owed something from said woman. That is her prerogative, to give you whatever she feels fit to give you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think that sentence made sense, but it's midnight. I don't care. He was being nice because he is nice. He was being like himself, and we appreciate that. Now let's get into Casey's ass. Another comment that I missed in the previous freaking episode was him being like, oh, Anaya is on a thin line. Sincere was like, don't you think you're on a thin line too? He's like, no, I have leeway. I have leeway because I've been speaking life into that girl every fudging day. I almost said the word, but I'm trying to cuss less. I don't know what it is about this season. It's been making me cuss more. I'm trying to save my monetization, y'all. He's been speaking life into her every effing day. Okay, so I had a conversation with my friend. And my friend, it's good to have friends who speak your language, yeah? Because my friend said something that made it click for me regarding KC and that conversation about Anaya's black skin and how she's the blueprint, and, when I think of a black woman, I think of you, whatever, right? The word performative for me didn't land. Like when you guys were saying, oh, that was so performative or whatever, it wasn't landing for me because I didn't believe that he was straight up lying. I do think he thinks that black is beautiful. I do think he thinks that black women are, an image of beauty, and that he does want somebody who looks like his mom and his sisters and his cousins and all those things. So to me, the speech didn't give performative. But what my friend said that clicked for me was, it's as if Casey walked in thinking that the burden was going to be on him to affirm the black girl. Like that was going to be his cross to bear. And now that he doesn't have to bear it anymore, he's upset that he did all that work and didn't reap any benefits for it. I was like, that's it. That to me makes sense, because I do believe what he says about black women, desiring black women and whatever. So performative for me was just like, nah, guys, I don't, like, that's not it for me. Like for me, it just wasn't working. But for him to be like, this is my burden to bear, like, yeah, I hear it. Y'all don't have to hear it. I'm just saying it finally has clicked for me. For Casey to, I don't know what the hell's going on with Casey. Dad, I'm not going to pick you. Casey, Dada being Corbin, Dada not gonna pick you. And you will never be Dada. Like, if I dwell on this man, I will lose my mind. I don't want to wake up my neighbors. It's already midnight. Okay, moving on. Both villas get a text that there's going to be a recoupling in the evening. Then they do this montage of who's thinking what and the where and the who and the whatever. We don't care. Let's get to the result. First is Jen. Jen gets to pick Gull. Happy for her. Because Kenzie, listen, I know some people didn't like what the Costa girls were saying about Kenzie, but they were correct. Kenzie likes whoever is in front of her. Kenzie likes attention. The only thing that upsets me about Jen picking Gull is the fact that Kenzie now still has options. And it's so unfair. Like, you have had the opportunity to explore so many people. Now your bestie finally has somebody who she feels passionate about. And you're thinking, but I want a piece of that too. Girl, okay, child. Caleb came back with Jaden. Cool, whatever. He says he's come out of his shell. Love that for you. I think you're on your way home soon, though. Can't lie. Then we have Kenzie. She decides to recouple with Dylan because everything Corbin said was just absolute bullshit. He never cared about her. Blah, 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 blah. Corbin comes in. He is hand in hand with Parmita. The response he got, this is what I needed.
Sometimes you say things in the moment you don't mean. You know, he's a fucking guy, he's thinking with his dick. Like, say shit like that before.
Oh, that's just crazy.
This is the kind of energy I needed. I've never seen a guy get booed. I've never seen a guy get booed on the show. You know what this reminded me of? Two things it reminded me of. It reminded me of I think it was season 5, when Timmy and Jeff were about to like go to blows, like that kind of like tense energy in the villa. Yes. And it also reminded me of when Keenan, I know I've been talking about Keenan recently. I don't know. For some reason, he's on my mind. When Keenan and Mike were talking crazy to Sarah Hyland, the host at the time. And Sarah was like, what's going on? I don't remember who apologized on their behalf. Maybe it was Michael was it Michael who was speaking? The point of the matter is one of them little boys was being disrespectful to the host of the show. Like that kind of tense energy, we ain't had that in a minute. Ooh, this was good. They booed the man. Then he is silent, you know? Corbin had so much to say in Casa, but today he's silent. You know who's talking though? Parmita, if you don't shut the hell up, don't think you're special, hey? You had a connection on the outside. The man didn't pursue it for whatever reason. Why do you think now you're something special? Why? The way that he was talking about the girls in Casa, best believe if you step out of line, he's going to treat you the exact same. You're not special, sweetie. Moving on. So then we have, it also was funny how she was like, yeah, I feel confident. The girls were like, you shouldn't. I'm sorry. Typically, I'm not for like the dog piling and stuff, but like Parmita was talking out the side of her mouth. So next, we have Kata. She decides to stay with Zach, obviously. And she does admit that the sex was really important to her. So she would have been crushed if Zach chose somebody else because, wow, sex was just sex and clearly didn't mean as much to him as it meant to her. Zach didn't have a choice but to stick with Kata. So he comes in. She's elated. He said that because obviously he's aware that they saw the postcard and whatever, right? And he said, well, I decided to really like force myself to put myself out there by the 3rd or 4th date. I could have misheard. We know that's a theme. I could have misheard, but I feel like that's what he said. And I was like, well, in the postcard, you were kissing that girl the same night she came in. I hope that Kata picked up on what he said, because I'm like, girl, he just lied to you. Anyway, she's happy to see him. All right. Next was Melanie. From Melanie's speech, I was like, is she going to give Corey a try? She's talking about the great date that they had and how he's the perfect guy. He's exactly what she's looking for. If she would have created a man, it would have been Corey. Corey's great. Corey's this. Corey's that. Did she pick Corey? No. After all that talk, about how great Corey is, about all the cute stuff he's done for you. The kiss they shared earlier today, I'm thinking, oh, wow. All of that just to stick with Sincere. But thankfully, when Sincere came out, obviously he was single. Nobody was shocked about that. He was gonna, do whatever he wanted to do and go back to Melanie. Melanie decided to give him a piece of her mind, though.
Well, I don't know who the fuck you are sometimes. I don't know if you got a fucking dick in your brain, but stop that shit, because that shit is pissing me the fuck off. Every man in here told me how I deserve more. If you think I'm such a wonderful woman, act like that when I'm not fucking looking at you.
So Melanie goes into this whole, spiel about what the guys have been telling her, which is that she deserves better, that he cannot be trusted. And it was funny when he walked in, he was like, I know Melanie and Melanie knows me. And so he just knew that they would get back together. And it's interesting when you parallel that with the conversation that Melanie had with Anaya and Kata, basically saying, how dumb do we look as those girls who let their men just go and do whatever and then just say, oh, it's okay, he knows where home is. That's the energy that this was giving. So I'm glad that she really gave it to him, because no, the man has been able to just do a madness all the time, saying the exact same things to her that he was saying to other girls, plural now, and just accept him back with open arms. Absolutely not. So I'm glad that she got into him. I hope she keeps that energy. I don't know how long it will last. This year, more than ever, we need a movie night. I get it. Last year, there was a flight risk. So it didn't make sense to have a movie night, child, or else, we were going to have police on scene. But this year, we need movie night. I need Sincere to be exposed like crazy. If not movie night, we need something like the Twitter challenge. I don't know if the US has done the Twitter. I feel like, yeah, we have done something like that. I need that or the ranking. So he knows that he's at the bottom all the time. Actually, but now all of them are fighting for bottom, aren't they? Just a bunch of bottoms. Moving on. Then we have, Parmita starts piping up because the girls started jumping. Who did they start jumping? They started jumping Zach, and then Corbin chimed in or something, and then Parmita starts talking. Parmita's one of them girls who, when their man gets in a fight, she's like, no, don't. I know him. Girl, shut up. Move. Parmita annoying as hell. Then we have Trinity. Trinity's next. Of course, we knew Trinity was going to stick with Bryce. Of course, we knew Bryce was going to come in on his own. Guys, the reunion. Oh, it was cute.
Leave it on.
Okay. The smile that Zach had plastered on his face looked so fake. It looked so fake. I'm like, wow. Anyways, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. For now. At this point, I think Trinity is just so far gone with Bryce, and it is what it is. You like that man, yeah, whatever. But if a bombshell comes in and she wants to explore, Trinity, I hope you know you have our support. Listen, Trinity is gonna make it to the Final Four no matter what. In my opinion, it don't matter who she's with. She's been carrying this season. I love this girl so much. I need her to be in that top 4. And it don't matter who she's with. If it's Bryce, fine. But if it's not Bryce, that's also fine. Then last, but certainly not least, Anaya and Casey. So Anaya stands up. She gives this big speech about how great Carl is, and he's amazing, and he's the type of guy that she's been looking for. He's absolute perfection. And again, even in the face of perfection, you accept that whatless ass Casey. And here's the thing, because I was thinking sure, we get to see more. Technically, we get to see more of what Anaya has seen of Casey. But the fervor that Trinity has against Casey, even before Casa started, I'm like, you've seen enough. Anaya has seen enough. She doesn't have to watch movie night. She doesn't have to get off the show and see how Casey was moving. Clearly enough has happened in her experience to see that he's not the man for her. Even the fact that she was so discontent throughout a lot of their connection. Like, I'm sorry, to me, that would be enough. Like, I'm crying down there every day. I don't feel safe. I don't feel reassured. I don't feel whatever. Like, even though I feel like there were moments where he was reassuring her, the fact that she couldn't believe in it wholeheartedly is a sign. It is a sign. So she decides she's not going to pick Carl. Good. Casey walks in with Tiara. Ooh, let me. I was about to get into Tiara's ass. Hold on. The girls are obviously not happy.
The letters, I picked you. At this fucking fire pit, I picked you. Here, I picked you. You didn't pick me. And I picked you every time.
Anaya says the entire villa told her she was being delusional for sticking with KC. Baby girl, 2 people would have been, should have been enough. Just two people should have been enough. The entire villa was telling you, and you still were like, no, I'm gonna stick beside him. Oh, God. So then she's like, oh, we had 3 weeks together. Like, how could you throw away 3 weeks? And I hate that the girls get stuck on the duration. Like, oh, you're throwing away 3 weeks for 3 days. Just because something has been around for a long time doesn't mean it was a good thing. Longevity doesn't prove compatibility. Longevity doesn't prove that you need to be with the person who you've been in this long-term connection with. Yeah, he found something in 3 days. It surpasses whatever y'all had in 3 weeks. In his perspective, and that's okay. Now, this man brings up the damn door. I said, oh, Lord. Casey, like, I've been defending you with this whole door thing because I think it is okay for you to admit that that thing hurt you. And the doors keep getting brought up. It's not just him. Other people bring up the door. Oh, when I saw you with the door, I was so happy. That built their, connection, right? He didn't see anybody at his door. That built his resentment. It's all valid. But the way he brought it up today, I said, oh, nigga, stop talking. Shut up. Shut up. And then I was like, okay, door be damned. Every opportunity I had to choose you, I did. Here was a chance for you to choose me and you didn't. So fuck the doors. Oh, see, I said I wasn't going to. Okay, well, whatever. I already said it. Forget the doors. What are we talking about here? So then Trinity is like, Casey, let me talk to you real quick. Yeah? You had said something about, couples staying together, blah, 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 being valid, whatever, whatever. 2 twos, you turn around and you're doing a madness. What's that about? What's that about? Here goes Tiara chirping her mouth. I was stunned.
At the end of the day, he's here for him. We talking to him, baby. I don't know her. Like, I'm talking to him. It don't matter.
Goodbye. Shut up talking. Oh my God. Both Tiara and Parmita, they are those girls. Oh, they are those girls. Annoying as shit. Oh my gosh. Like, I get, backing up your man or whatever, but you're not special. I hate to break it to you. You're not special. You're not special. And before anybody makes it seem like I'm shitting on these girls, what I mean is these men have proven that when push comes to shove, they are going to be selfish and they're going to talk to you or talk about you cash crazy. Don't think you are the exception to the rule. You are not special. That is what I mean for anybody who may not have understood where I was coming from. You're not special, Tiara. Yeah? You're not special, Parmita. Okay. So then Casey's basically going to say, she reminds me of home. She's like my mom. She's like my sister. She's like whatever. And me and Anaya just basically didn't have anything in common. And he's saying things are done. And Anaya's like, is he writing me off? Girl, yes. Yes. And I hope you remember this. It's funny how she was like, I think it was when Caleb came in. She was like, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. You're using that in the wrong context because we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this, Anaya. Learn something from this. I'm not joking. Okay. So the episode ends. Obviously, she's in tears. She's breaking down. She's crying. She said, Tiara has a smirk. Tiara? Oh, you gotta go. Well, Tiara gotta go immediately. Then the end credits come. Ian Sterling says America gets to have their say. Oh! a dumped Casa girl and boy gets to come back into the villa. It absolutely has to be Amora and Carl. There's no other choice. There is no other choice. And the carnage that this is going to bring is going to be delicious. Guys, Casa Amor saved season 8. Because where were we going for a minute there? Casa Amor saved season 8. This was good. This was so good. Whew! As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Ooh, I think I also have plans on Sunday. Guys, it's summer, okay? Touch some grass. Love ya. Bye.